Welcome to a 1v1 on Road to Kharkov. This game is going to be Lumpy versus Illenia. Lumpy playing as Oster in the northwest, Illenia playing as Soviets in the southeast. Got mobile defense, lightning war, mechanized assault. Versus Soviet shock army, guard motor, and advanced warfare. So, pretty standard loadouts for both players. They've both included a light mix of non-meta and meta in their loadouts, so curious to see what both of these players are going to deploy against each other as they size each other up on this map. Double Grenadier opening from Lumpy, and Illenia apparently, just kidding, has immediately chosen Advanced Warfare for the advantage of radio intercept. We'll give her, or him, I guess, I don't know. Sounds pretty female, right? Illenia? Let's go with her. We'll give her access to knowledge of exactly everything that Lumpy is building this game.
The hard part will be keeping it.
And Lumpy is going with double Grenadiers into MG42. Both of them capturing their fuel points and cutoffs here at the beginning of the game. This map generally you don't see any engagements for a little while, and just kind of capturing their half of things. Conscripts will engage some Grenadiers here in green cover on the cutoff initially, and these two squads of Grenadiers are making their way to engage towards the middle. Grenadiers firing from range. These conscripts set up in yellow cover. This squad moving up into close range from the left flank. We'll start working on that squad, bringing them down quite quickly. Pios and MG42 trying to move to support here after taking everything over there on the right. And they don't get the victory point before rotating back towards the middle to assist in this engagement. Grenadiers setting up in cover where possible. MG42 trying to work on those conscripts, but they're already in the green cover position. But they're also falling low pretty quickly. These Grenadiers are on their flank, but they're falling low as well to just mass Soviet infantry. This may be a little more than Lumpy can handle right now. Pio is working on the left side. This squad of Grenadiers sticking around as long as it can, but there are 4 squads of Soviet infantry set up in green cover for this engagement, and I don't think Lumpy's going to be able to take it. His Grenadiers are forced to retreat right there, and it looks like Illenia is already off to an excellent start thanks to all of the advantages of the south spawn, with a massive amount of green cover available by the north cutoff. Illenia is successful in winning the engagement for this area and throws up a ghost here on this road to prevent pathing through this area. Does get suppressed by the MG42 though, while the green cover position is in construction. Over here on the left, 3-man squad of conscripts disengages from the fight to go take control of that point, and this squad of conscripts jumps into green cover to put further pressure on Lumpy to pull back and retreat. 2 squads of fully reinforced Grenadiers make their way back into this engagement and are slowly working on those conscripts from range, but the cutoff is decapped. 1 squad of conscripts forced to retreat, but the 4th one is on its way. Pios are going to start working on conscripts on the left. That's Molotov research, by the way, from Illenia, which Lumpy does notice just in time, but it will give Illenia the left side strategic point right there. And the flamethrower here, dives in front of that machine gun apparently. That was kind of weird. That squad will be forced to retreat. Cutoff is still decapped. Conscripts working on the right side, munitions right here. A couple squads there will be forced to retreat. Grenadiers moving up on the left cutoff, force that retreat as well from those conscripts. No battle phase 1 yet from Lumpy, going pretty hard into tier 1 here. He has to spend a lot of manpower on reinforcement in these early engagements. But finally, it looks like he has forced Illenia to make a full retreat. She throws a few sandbag positions up over here on the right side to defend the munitions.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Under fire! Your predecessor died a hero! We are bleeding, comrades!
MG42 firing on the conscripts over there, switches targets to these conscripts in yellow cover. They will both get suppressed and probably stay suppressed under Grenadier fire. A Molotov will try and force them from cover successfully, but they're both forced to retreat because of the suppression and without any support available from the remaining 3 squads in Illenia's army, that engagement goes all wrong. Overestimating, I think, the potential of those 2 squads being able to actually win an engagement there. I guess pretty much Lumpy's entire army. Lumpy is going to go with Battle Phase 1 next. Mortar in production from a Tier 2 structure here from Illenia, who may tech up this game. Had a brief fuel advantage, I think, having held the cutoff there for a while, so Tier 3 would probably be an okay decision. If she's not going to go straight for T-34s. Soviets moving up over here on the left side. That squad's going to, take 2 flame crits right there from the flamethrower. There's the retreat. Flamethrower over here on the right side, throwing a demo charge down, but will be interrupted by that squad of Grens. Flamethrower stops, planting the demo, and jumps straight into close range. Gets a lucky crit there as well. Ooh, 2 crits consecutively. That's an easily won engagement. She'll probably go back to planting that demo. Meanwhile, this flamethrower on the left side, also experiencing its own fair share of flame crits, but that mortar was perfect. Perfectly on target mortar forces that retreat. Flamethrower will get away very narrowly. There's the demo charge. These 2 squads making their way up the left side. Conscripts will take the VP.
Red Army, at your service.
And this squad is moving to take control of the center. 2 squads of Grenadiers setting up in green cover in the middle.
Your orders, comrade.
And things are pretty quiet. Battle Phase 1 is complete. Lumpy will probably go Tier 2 soon, and he's actually fielding a sniper. Interesting choice. On this map, I think there's lots of potential for a sniper to have a dramatic impact. Setting the field a little on the late side. It's going to take a while to get a return on that investment, but see if he can make that work. And his decision to go sniper will, of course, delay his Tier 2. But since Illenia has not teched yet and is probably not going to field any form of quick vehicle, there's no immediate pressure on Lumpy to get anti-tank on the field, so that shouldn't be too big of a problem. Hopefully that'll help turn the manpower game in his favor a little. Squad of Grenadiers will be forced to retreat right there. Grenadiers in green cover here. These 2 squads setting up over here on the left side.
Enemy contact!
Neither one of them seems to want to overextend if it can be avoided. There's another demo charge on the right side, munitions there as well. Sniper moves up to start taking shots at range, try and punish those conscripts for camping in green cover. Up to 1 kill. Mortar slowly trying to force the Grenadiers from this building. There's 1 retreat. Sniper will probably have no real problem forcing another. Engagement seems to be going well for the left side, but over here on the right, brief harassment of the cutoff is going to slow down any tanks for Lumpy yet again. And Illenia is up to 190 fuel.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Enemy contact!
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
There's the first demo charge. I didn't say generic impact. How could a sniper... What does that even mean? And I definitely didn't say genetic. I said dramatic. A dramatic impact, which is a phrase that I use all the time. I say that like every cast. I have a lot of phrases that I overuse.
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
Flamethrower recovered from the demoed flamethrower squad right there on these conscripts, which is going to make them even more annoying to have to deal with. Conscripts taking the right side fuel, but the left side cutoff is being harassed simultaneously. Still, that will be a huge fuel advantage for Illenia, since Illenia holds the left side fuel point and right side fuel point, and has fuel coming in from one of them. Lumpy has finally gone Tier 2, and a scout car is on its way to the front line. Grenadiers in cover, engaging as well as they can. Rifle grenade very nearly wipes this squad, and it gets sniped. That's the first wipe of the game. Oh no, of course not. That was a demo charge right there. So that thing's actually, I guess, pretty even. One Grenadier, or one Pyro squad for one Conscript squad. 222 upgrade on the Scout car will force a retreat from those Conscripts as well. And Illenia will move up and get back control of her cutoff.
It's now under our control. HMG crew is ready. Rifleman ready.
We have more
PPSH upgrade on this squad of conscripts. They're going to oorah straight in on the scout car right there, which is going to need to kite away to safety. There's nothing available to follow up, so even if they do get engine damage dealt here, it won't make any meaningful difference. The squad is simply going to retreat after that. This squad moving up into green cover over here on the left side, try and get control of the victory point back. The sniper is up to 4 kills. Having hit the field at 8 minutes, that means it's been getting about 1 kill per minute, which is not really fast enough. He needs to try and keep that thing firing if at all possible. The left side, there are lots of
Conscripts here.
juicy targets. Of course, he has to be careful of mortar fire, and he's taken a little bit of damage, so I think a direct hit from a mortar will kill that sniper at this point. 3 squads in the base need to get back to the front line as well. Got a pretty weak front up here. Illenia has gone tier 4, and she's going to field an SU-76. So apparently,
Objective secured. We will defend it to the death.
going to see a sprinkle of non-meta this game.
supply sector under attack.
Mines all set.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
Grenadiers grabbing the right side VP just outside of the demo charge range right there. Grenadiers engaging the Maxim. Ooh.
Opened up on us.
Mortar is slightly off target. Maxim falling low will probably be forced to retreat, and the scout car is slowly working on these conscripts. Sniper taking shots as well. And they're going to oorah back into green cover, which means Lumpy is going to maintain control of the clock for now, keeping it stopped at 364 to 458, and Illenia having about a 100 victory point lead.
The hard part will be keeping it. Enemy is engaging
The
us.
sector is at risk.
Conscripts are engaging against Grenadiers from range. MG42 moving up into a green cover position here as well. Here comes the SU-76.
Awaiting command.
Going in hard apparently over here on the left side. Trying to find the scout car, I guess, but it will be in a bit of danger taking Panzerfaust fire. High explosive barrage goes straight on the Grenadier squad. It hits pretty nicely and forces the retreat, which means that scout car is now in pretty serious danger, but the SU-76 is just going to turn to fire on the machine gun building. Flamethrower moving up from the right side as well. Meanwhile, Grenadiers fall low to conscript fire over here on the right side. Sniper forces the retreat. Up to 8 kills in, I think, 6 minutes is still not quite fast enough. He needs to keep that thing firing more frequently, if at all possible. He's rotating it back towards the middle to see if he can find any opportunities there. That Grenadier squad is in pretty serious danger. Ooh, Illenia gambled and lost on that one. I don't think she had vision, and just clicking it and hoping for the best. Takes out 2 of those Grens. The other 2 will survive.
Soldiers ready. Squad at full strength.
Well, you don't own SU-76's Red Wings. Other people are allowed to make them, you know. There's no law anywhere against making SU-76s.
It is now under our control. Taking losses.
Yes, comrade.
Man down.
SU-76 gets a lucky shot right there, and it will deploy high explosive barrage on the team weapon.
Taking losses. Comrade. We are targets.
Sniper firing, bleeding those conscripts slightly. That sniper will be forced to retreat right there. SU-76 did force retreat from the machine gun, but not quite wipe it. Oh, if it snipes that sniper though, That shot missed, fortunately, and it looks like it is going to get away. Scout car is destroyed by AT grenades up there in the north. Couldn't quite keep it safe. But here comes the Panzer IV. Lumpy purchased one Tier 2 unit, the Scout car, but after that transitioned directly to Tier 3. Panzer IV hitting the field now will be a pretty significant threat to that Su-76 unless it gets kited over a mine or something. And I don't think there have been that many mines planted defensively over here on the left side since a lot of munitions have been sunk into demo charges. Some of which have paid off, others not so much. Grenadiers firing at those conscripts from maximum range should eventually be able to force them from that green cover position. Panzer IV moves up here to start shooting at that flamethrower. Push that away. Su-76 gets one shot off on the Panzer IV, which is charging it hard. Su-76, I don't think is being monitored here. Oh, okay, there's a mine. He is going to try and kite that Panzer IV over a mine, possibly successfully. Will Lumpy take the bait? I think he will. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, drove right by it. Oh my god, Lumpy. If you only knew. If you only knew how badly you fell for that. And yet got so lucky anyway. Fortunately, another mine destroys the Panzer IV's engine right there, and an Su-85 just hit the field, so I'm thinking that Panzer IV is probably going to go down here. So nice bait by Illenia. Fortunately, it didn't quite work. But she'll take out the Panzer IV anyway, so that's a good trade. That's a perfectly good trade. Su-76 for Panzer IV. Nice mine placement there to get that destroyed. Over here on the right side, Grenadiers moving up into green cover to take the munitions and get the map mostly back in, split in half horizontally, as you tend to see on road to Kharkov. Sniper is way in the back here. What was that? Another mine, I think. Another mine. Brings that Grenadier squad low. No wipe. They'll have to retreat, slowing their advance across the left side. Lumpy still needs to get that strategic point back, and a bunch of Soviet squads are making their way over here to get some territory captured. These conscripts set up here. Green cover position. Look like they're going to get forced away by the sniper. And what was that? Sturmovik strike. Ooh, that was actually pretty close. For 90 munitions, if it actually did manage to kill a sniper, that would be pretty worth it, but Lumpy was pretty quick to dodge that, fortunately. Rifle grenade on that PPSH squad. Ooh, and they get wiped. Late reaction there by Illenia. This one will retreat away from this engagement, which cannot be won. Bringing, I think, 3 of an original 5 conscripts left on this battlefield. Yes. Meanwhile, Lumpy has lost only 1 Pio squad, and of course his Panzer IV and Scout cars. So Illenia seems to be ahead in the vehicle game, but Lumpy pulling ahead a bit in the infantry game, and the sniper is still alive and up to 13 kills after about 10 minutes, so still it hasn't had that much of an impact, but it's doing something. Helping bleed Illenia's manpower a little bit. She's floating slightly. He's going to spend that float on a Katyusha, so Katyusha being on the field will definitely help against a mostly infantry-based composition here from Lumpy, which is making its way across the center. Currently, a few squads need to move up into more aggressive locations. Going to see an attempt for the cutoff here by this squad of Grenadiers, and conscripts are on their way to try and counter. The Su-85, having destroyed the Panzer IV, has no real role right now, so Illenia is just leaving it here in the back. She could use it to maybe try and snipe infantry models randomly, or like blow up cover, but there's nothing wrong with just keeping it back there to safety. Less micro requirement, and plus doesn't want it to get destroyed by a well-placed AT gun or anything like that. Rifle grenade on that conscript squad, and another late reaction causes another conscript squad to go down. I think I've seen 3 rifle grenades wipe 3 conscript squads this game. These losses are becoming very expensive. Hopefully the Katyusha will be able to take out a few Grenadiers in return. I guess we'll see. Conscripts going in hard over here on the left side, going for a lucky flame crit on the sniper. Here it comes! Oh! The flame burst connected, but no crit, fortunately, for Lumpy right there. Sniper was forced to retreat, however, and that may allow these 2 squads to stay on the front line a little bit longer, not getting picked off one by one by that sniper. The Katyusha moving up here to try and take a shot at Lumpy squads, but he's doing a very good job of spreading himself out. He doesn't even know there's a Katyusha on the field, but despite that, keeping himself very nicely spaced, he's in no danger of a Katyusha wiping. any significant quantity of his troops. Wow. Nice close range salvo right there, but unfortunately it just isn't, the spread of the first 4 rockets isn't quite right, and the Grenadiers will get away very narrowly there. I think a Grenadier squad got wiped somewhere though. Lumpy only has 3 Grenadiers right now, it happened. Yeah, Grenadiers got wiped. I don't know how they got wiped, but they got wiped. Another near wipe right there by that Sturmovik strike will force 2 retreats. I don't know if I think that was worth the 90 munitions, but forcing the retreats is nice. We'll maybe get Illenia control of the left side VP. Over here on the right side, conscripts are moving to take control of the victory and munitions points.
The enemy is taking our territory.
And there's a mortar set up over here on the right side as well.
Engineer standing by. Conscripts here. We are as ready as we can be.
Conscripts taking control of the center victory point under sniper fire. There's a brief ceasefire while Lumpy mobilizes his forces back to the front line. Incendiary round only kills 1 conscript. That wasn't worth it at all. 45 munitions pretty much down the drain right there. Ooh, that was a nice mortar. They do get the sandbag position built, but they're going to have to retreat because they're taking too much damage from sniper and mortar. Katyusha is available for its next barrage in 7 seconds. And the entire right side seems to be falling back into Illenia's control over there. A Maxim apparently got wiped right here. I didn't even know Illenia had fielded a Maxim. It went straight for the cutoff apparently and is now dead. Lumpy might be able to get that under his control. And Katyusha will be available to fire very soon. Going in this area. Immediate retreat from Lumpy upon hearing the barrage, but he's not able to get away. Firing at that. Wow, and a mortar just detonated that Teller mine, wiping the Maxim crew and destroying the gun entirely. Pios might get wiped here as well if they don't retreat. Sniped by those conscripts before also retreating in turn, and Illenia will come out of that engagement with 3 free wipes thanks to a well-placed Katyusha barrage, and Lumpy is retreating everything else off the battlefield. And Katyusha having a very good impact so far. And Lumpy is up to 180 fuel, having chosen Lightning War, grabbing a few G43s. He's still waiting to get a Tiger out. The Tiger is already somewhat countered by the Su-85 plus good defensive mine placement. So Lumpy may be struggling for the rest of this game after taking those losses, but he's also taken out quite a few of Illenia's squads. So this game doesn't really look like it's turning in anybody's favor just yet.
It's done. Replacements have arrived.
Be right back.
The enemy still has 300 points. We have a new T-34 standing by. Supply sector under attack.
Okay. Nope, no throwing up, everything's fine. I was very sick yesterday, but now I'm okay. I'm pretty sure I'm okay now. I have no idea, by the way, what was wrong with me yesterday, but now I'm fine. I think. Conscripts making their way towards the center here. Did a squad get wiped right there? It looks like that was another wipe. Illenia back down to 3 cons again. I think this time it was a mortar. Katyusha trying to trade here in the middle. at close range, very nearly takes out those Grens. Not quite placed right to take out that sniper, I don't think, fortunately. Sniper continues firing on this squad here in the middle. Wow, that mortar is just wrecking everything that goes through that. VP. Another Sturmovik strike forces another retreat from that sniper. No lucky wipe yet. Over here on the right side, a T-34-85 wiped a Grenadier squad in one shot, though. This has been a very lethal game for all parties. All parties involved. Jeez. Every time I look away from a particular front, squad gets vaporized. T-34 will prevent the capture of the right side fuel, and Illenia's fuel advantage will continue this game. A couple squads pull back to the base for reinforcement and healing. And this squad of Grenadiers is going to try and get the clock slowed, but not taking in Oster's favor yet. 394 to 244. Soviets have a pretty distinct advantage, and the wipes have been stacking up on both sides. Meanwhile, Lumpy finally getting the fuel together that he needs for that Tiger. Slowly, though. It's going to be a 26-minute Tiger, which is pretty late considering... Actually, I guess it's not that late. It seems kind of late. But considering he went Panzer IV, I guess he could be doing worse. His fuel control obviously has not been as good as his opponents, though, who went Su-76 and Su-85 and Katyusha and one Colin tank. Meanwhile, Lumpy has had access only to one Panzer IV before getting his Tiger on the field, which will be coming out right about now. Tiger on its way. Katyusha ready to fire. Conscripts moving up into the center. Katyusha going in on the sniper. Oh, that was close. That was so close. Will be forced to retreat. Good reaction by Lumpy there. Gets it out just in time. Grenadiers grabbing the center VP while these conscripts work on the left. Some green cover up over here. Illenia will get all of that territory under her control. Flamethrower grabs the right side VP before pulling back away from the Tiger. Grenadiers and Pios moving to try and get that control back for Lumpy.
Soldiers ready.
Another Sturmovik over here on the right side will force a retreat from the Grenadiers there.
Taking fucking fire! Replacements have arrived!
Grenadiers there will be forced to retreat. Mortar bleeding these two squads. AT gun plus Tiger engaging against T-34 plus Su-85. Tiger's taking minor damage. These two squads are going to be able to pull back. Our two tanks should also be able to pull back relatively safely. Neither player committing to that engagement. Sniper working the left side strategic point solo.
The enemy has taken our supply sector. We are losing supplies to the enemy.
We are ready to go, comrade!
Yes, comrade.
T-34 making its way up the right side. These Grenadiers are going to start... Was that a concentrated barrage? Yes, it was. Wow. That was terrible. 60 munitions to blow up that house, apparently. That was unlucky. Second T-34 on the field making its way up the right side, up against Lumpy's one Tiger. I think that Illenia could definitely take that thing out, considering she has two T-34s and an Su-85 on the field. If that Tiger at any point takes engine damage, it's almost certainly going to go down. Lumpy will have to play with it very carefully. Another engagement over here on the left side between Flamethrower and Grens. Rifle grenade! Oh, almost. Illenia dodges just in time, but will be forced to retreat. falling pretty low and under snipering G43 fire. It looks like Lumpy should be able to get control over here of the left side victory point. Meanwhile, 2 squads heading right to support the T-34s and get control of the right side VP and fuel.
Our T-34s
Tiger
have been
moving up
outfitted
carefully
with 85
over here on the
millimeter
left
guns.
side.
We will follow their tracks to victory.
And Pio's taking control of the center VP.
New Grenadier squad is ready. Standing by.
Now that is how you stack sandbags, comrades. Okay, that's the last one. For your command.
The enemy is
T-34 is engaging against the Tiger right there. Su-85 firing from position down the road. Katyusha will be available to fire very soon. If it clears the AT gun, that Tiger could be in very serious danger. Currently the AT gun is in an odd position. Sturmovik strike coming in on the Pios, deals minor damage, but nothing too serious. Those Grenadiers taking a lot of damage from the T-34s over here at range. Katyusha is about to maybe clear the AT gun, which has to try and pull to safety. Oh, the spread of the rockets was just not quite right, though, I don't think. Looks like it is going to get away and still be available for this engagement. Mortar almost gets cleared as well, though, and Lumpy is getting bled hard. A lot of squads forced to retreat, and a lot with very, very low HP. I'm surprised Illenia didn't dive. I think that diving that probably could have worked. Flanking hard around the right side, for example, the 34s probably had a decent chance taking out that Tiger. She didn't feel that was worth it, though. Mortar moving up into a slightly more aggressive location. Flamethrower Combat Engineers moving up from the left side. Sniper bleeding the squad, though, and they'll be forced to retreat.
fresh conscripts have arrived.
The tech gun is ready for orders.
New AT gun on the field. 2 AT guns will definitely be a much more solid defense against Illenia's armored forces, and
We have it.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Engineer standing by.
Illenia's window of opportunity where she probably could have destroyed that Tiger looks like it's pretty much closed. Gonna take another well-placed Katyusha barrage on an AT gun to soften up the defense here. And during this, it looks like the victory points have pretty much been stopped. Illenia is struggling to get the clock ticking in her favor, but she still has a good 150 victory point lead.
Hold this ground.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Tiger forces that retreat.
Support is available.
It's up to 5 kills. It hasn't done all that much. Oh, I don't know if Illenia should go in too hard right here. T-34 is trying to absorb fire and provide vision for the Su-85 while it fires from range. Tiger is brought to about half. But I don't think the T-34s are going to overcommit to that engagement. That one will go down to the AT gun wall right there. So one T-34 destroyed during this. Katyusha barrage will try and trade. It's placed again just slightly off though, mostly on the cutoff and mortar there. So the AT guns look like they're going to be alright. It's firing from very long range, way in the back, so the spread of rockets is quite wide. The AT guns will not get cleared during that. Conscripts do get control of the center VP, but are forced away by LMG Grens, which are moving up to take back control of the sector, and the Su-85 is going to have to pull back to safety as well. Lumpy is also getting kind of close to his second Tiger. Still a pretty healthy amount of time before that arrives, though, considering his inability to hold the right side fuel. And his victory point management continues to struggle ever so slightly.
Ready for assignment.
But taking out that T-34 was a pretty big win. Another one's going to be hitting the field soon, though. Illenia will be back up to 2 T-34s. Sturmovik strike doesn't do anything. Sidesteps it easily enough. LMG Grens continue to try and force those flamethrower combat engineers from their position in green cover, maybe get control of the left side VP back.
Infantry shooting at us.
sector is at risk.
Grenadiers with their G43 over here on the left side are taking control of this point. LMG Gren's moving up to engage against these conscripts here on the left side, strategic point. Doing pretty good work against that fresh conscript squad in open ground. They didn't stand a chance against those. Got 3 LMG Grens. Katusha will be available to fire again soon. MG42 protecting the center VP, trying to keep the clock stopped. Lumpy has finally got it taken back in his favor. And then there's the fresh T-34 hitting the field now, rolling up the left side. Rifle grenade on the Vet 2 mortar is going to clear that.
We have an isolated sector.
Short range Katusha barrage, completely off target though. That was better. T-34 might be able to seal the deal. There it goes. Grenadiers go down. Not quite quick enough of a reaction there from Lumpy, unfortunately. He loses that full squad of Grens. T-34 available on the right side. SU-85 is going to move up the right side as well. Ooh, that T-34 is driving right into the AT gun wall, and Tiger. This one, it doesn't quite have a line on it though. It has to rotate slightly. T-34 is going to go down quick. That volume of AT gunfire though, I'm not sure that's going to get away safely. No, T-34 should not have made that maneuver, and it does go down to the AT guns. 2 T-34s gone down now in exchange for basically nothing because they were just poking rather than committing to a big push. And it costs Illenia a lot of fuel. Meanwhile, Lumpy is getting pretty close to his second Tiger. This one, to be fair, has really not done much of anything. It's only got 7 kills. The Sniper has done way more than the Tiger, for example. Sniper up to 33 kills after 20 some minutes, which means it's killing at a pretty decent rate.
Ready for use. Use them to crush the Huns. Enemy forces are capturing our supplies. We have a fresh Grenadier squad. We are losing territory. Assault gun ready for action.
Yes, comrade. Mortar rounds incoming. We're taking losses.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory. Engineers ready for assignment.
That squad will be forced to retreat right there. Pios are making their way towards the left, and a lot of squads over here taking control of the right side.
Enemy contact.
LMG Gren's working on that flamethrower squad. That squad is going to retreat. These Grenadiers engaging against conscripts at short range with their G43s might be able to win this. Looks like Illenia doesn't like that engagement very much. Ooh, Katusha firing though. Off target, but everything will make a full retreat. Lumpy doesn't take any serious losses, fortunately. Conscripts move to take control of the right side victory point, and Grenadiers are grabbing the right side fuel.
Tank destroyer here. Awaiting orders.
Conscripts set up here in green cover on the right side are engaging against G43s. Molotov toss to turn the engagement, and Lumpy will retreat again, failing in all attempts to take control of the right side over here. There's a mortar set up there. T-34 has to pull back to safety away from these aggressive AT gun movements. Mortar just blew up a mine right there in the road, apparently. 3 squads about to make their way over towards the left. There's not currently anything available to counter. Lumpy has a lot of squads retreating and or reinforcing and healing in his base. I'm gonna have to send those back to the front line at some point. But he does have pretty good clock control right now. Turning the clock against Illenia here. 150 victory points behind, but he's going to have a second Tiger out pretty soon. Got 2 victory points in his control, and he does have his half of the map. Illenia currently mobilizing T-34 and SU-85 for her next push. And she's also got quite a decent amount of fuel banked, but is having trouble getting the manpower together for her 4th T-34, I think. Gonna have to try to improve her T-34 preservation if she's gonna take this game. Once there's 2 Tigers on the field, it may be difficult
We have a new T-34 standing by.
win engagements against them. That is asking to get nailed by a Katyusha right there. That is asking for it so bad. AT grenade on the Tiger. Sturmovik strike coming in on this blob. Tiger pulling back with engine damage. Mortar and Tiger fire will successfully push those conscripts away. Sturmovik strike again does nothing. NG-43s will probably win this engagement against these conscripts. I'm not sure this engagement is being monitored. 4th T-34 has been called in. It's available over here on the right side. Katyusha successfully clears an AT gun. Maybe both AT guns and an MG-42, which are not reacting to this Katyusha barrage at all. T-34s are going to take this opportunity to go in hard on the Grenadiers here in the middle. That AT gun, fortunately, was not quite cleared. Gets a shot off on each T-34, and they're going to pull back slightly. Not feeling comfortable with that engagement. Sniper working on conscripts on the right side will force them to retreat, and the conscript squad left got killed by this squad, I think, firing a rifle grenade, I guess. No, they got away with 1 man remaining. They got away. Grenadiers don't care about the strategic point, gonna skip past that to get the VP under control. Lumpy has only 133 VPs remaining and is double capped, and needs to do something about that. T-34s unfortunately are moving to counter, and you probably won't be able to get this point captured.
Red Army, at your service. Your orders, comrade. Fresh meat has arrived. You have orders? AT gun engaging us!
Assault gun ready for action.
Man down! That was not so hard, comrades. We have been promoted for our bravery, brothers.
Sniper is forced to retreat here. MG-42 on these Grenadiers, trying to bleed this advance. 2 squads making their way up the right side now to get the control of this fuel point. Lumpy has a couple squads reinforcing in his base. The rest concentrate in this area. Unfortunately, the Katyusha just fired at that lone squad of Grenadiers instead of this ridiculous clump of team weapons. So again, advancing on this defensive position with the tanks probably will not be possible. Conscripts taking control of the center victory point, backing off slightly. The Su-85 moving up a little aggressively right here. Conscripts in the center point taking heavy mortar fire. That mortar's got 19 kills. It's Vet 3, and I know it's wiped at least 1 conscript squad. Su-85 is trying to get a line on that Tiger, but just can't quite do it. AT guns don't quite have a line on it either. He's gonna pull back. T-34s, mostly repaired here on the left side, are available to protect this victory point. Illenia has now got a triple cap going against Lumpy, who is down to 67 points and cannot seem to get a victory point under his control.
Supply sector under attack.
T-34s will continue to preserve the left side VP, and Lumpy has had the fuel for a Tiger for a while, but he can't get the manpower together. Trying to get Grenadiers on this battlefield, trying to get victory points captured. Sturmovik strike coming in on those Grens. Wow, that actually did really good damage. Did you see that? That just wiped that Grenadier squad. That's the first time I've ever seen that Sturmovik strike actually do anything. That was amazing. I can't even believe that just happened. Grenadiers just got wiped. T-34 is pulling back slightly from the Tiger. Sniper is now going to move up to try and get the victory point captured, because Lumpy has basically got no choice but to start making a much more serious effort to get these points captured. Sniper bleeding that flamethrower as it makes an advance. Su-85 firing at the Tiger from range. Sniper rotates out of the point. Grenadiers take their place, and they get bled hard by the Katyusha. This left side point will remain uncontested. Meanwhile, Illenia moving up to try and grab the center victory point, but forced away by heavy mortar fire. And over here on the right side, the point has been taken by conscripts and flamethrower. Tiger slowly getting pushed back from the left at only half health. I think that T-34 is going to go in hard. I think this could be a decisive engagement against it. 2 T-34s engaging from the left flank and Su-85 firing from the right. A lot of shots missing, however. They're going to flank wide around the hedge and house over here. AT guns need to backpedal to try and get a line on the tanks as they advance. T-34s have stopped outside of the AT gun's vision range, and the Tiger is working on this flamethrower. Flamethrower will retreat right there. Su-85 may be in danger if it advances in front of those AT guns. The T-34s continue their very deep chase, and a defensive Teller mine detonates under that Tiger, and it will be destroyed. A Panther is apparently in production for Lumpy, who has gone tier 4. Really? Okay, he's gone tier 4 rather than continuing to make Tigers. That Teller mine just detonated under that T-34 and did no damage. Oh no! Both of those T-34s are going to get to safety, and a Katyusha barrage on these AT guns is going to probably clear them, and Lumpy doesn't think that he can win this game. And Lumpy will surrender. Not able to hold on to these victory points, and his Teller mines failed him so horribly. So horribly, wow. That one blew up his own Tiger, and that one, a T-34 drove right over it and did nothing. I've never seen so many Teller mines fail so badly. Wow. I honestly feel bad for Lumpy right there. He kind of got screwed. Got a little bit screwed right there. Nice attempt, though. He could have split his AT guns up a little better, I guess. Maybe he also probably could have used a half-track for forward reinforcement to keep him a little more relevant on this battlefield. But despite his bad luck, I don't want that to take away from some pretty good play by Illenia here. I liked Illenia's usage of all of the various tier 4 units. Good usage of the Su-85. Got that up to Vet 2 by the end of the game. Nice usage of mines to punish an over-aggressive Panzer IV early on. And I think we saw some really good back and forth this game. So good game, well played by both players. Allies win.